So we begin the 27th session of the Wayside Boys campaign in the city of Yanjing as they are at the governor's gala uh, in regards to the Fort Halcom Vault, the exploration thereof, which has now been opened up to other members of the powerful organizations within the city of Yanjing and takes away the Wayside Boys' monopoly of this other plane, uh, which burns Battleton's very soul to lose me.
But we might have some ventures
Where we left the last session, you all had attended the gala, done a little bit of socializing and schmoozing, learning about some of the other adventuring groups that will be crossing the threshold into the other plane alongside you, or perhaps in front and behind of you. And the third prince, governor of Yanjing, announced that there would be a lottery to see who is the next group to enter the portal.
You gotta play to win.
Um, After that, there is a bit more time of socializing. At this point, it does seem like it's more of a nobles coming to check out the adventurers, and you begin to feel more like an exhibit in a zoo than a group of hardened mercenaries. But it seems like the other groups are getting about the same treatment. They are getting swamped with people who want to know about them and maybe get in their good graces, perhaps get some sort of trinket from the other side. Uh, Battleton is doing his best to abstain from taking orders for petals and twigs. uh, but after perhaps another half an hour, 45 minutes, an announcement is made that all of the expedition groups to the other side of the Orichalcum Vault are to report to the salon for a private audience with the government. And with that is also their sponsors are to come along. And you see first Red Rattel, led by Shiru, starts walking in a certain direction. The rest of the groups immediately get the impression, oh, that must be where the salon is. Let's follow that. Followed by Victor insinuating.
The salon.
You salon. All right.
Yeah, I mean, just head on in there.
Shall we on?
You all head in, and the salon is nearly a ballroom, but there are couches and chairs, sitting areas sort of scattered about, and it's more than enough room to accommodate 40 to 50 people. So the groups all sort of break off into their own little clusters. Redutel and Shiru seem to be hanging close to the governor, which makes sense as he is their sponsor in this scenario. And once everyone is sort of in there and situated, kind of getting their bearings, the governor speaks up and says, before we begin the lottery, the lottery will happen tomorrow, as I said earlier. I did want to speak with all of you and give you a bit of information on how this will proceed. Firstly, since the Wayside Boys made several ventures to the other side of the Orichalcum Vault, they will not be included in the first drawing of the one lot. To be expected. It was decided amongst the committee of participants that it would be more fair to at least give another group the opportunity to explore before the Wayside Boys got another chance to enter. The lottery will be held tomorrow, but the first excursion will be held 3 days afterwards, giving whichever party is the first to enter the opportunity to prepare themselves. So they're not thrust to immediately cross into the unknown without adequate preparation. And he looks at your group specifically. Says the Wayside Boys have traversed the plane on the other side of the Orichalcum Vault, and we are all aware that they have knowledge of what exists on the other side. I know that several of the groups, if not all of them, are interested in perhaps picking your brains and finding out what they might see when they go across. If nothing else, then for the safety of their own expedition. But, of course, that is your decision on whether or not you want to share and under what circumstances. But every group here will have the opportunity to request that information from you before they take their own sojourn through the
Valentine kind of clears his throat, pipes up a little bit. Says, of course, safety is of the utmost importance, and of course, our first concern is the safety of all the groups. However, it must be known we are in a certain business venture, all of us, and now without standing our monthly dues, we must be expected to provide information only upon a coinage basis. So of course, be that a share of the winnings or a sort of donation to several of the holdings that we have. Maybe a promise to rent a room at an inn, or in some way to contribute.
The governor is getting quickly bored and annoyed by the advertisement.
Well, anyway, you know where to find us. Shall we away, boys?
We decided my best interests. Sounds like we're not going in. All I wanted was a Pepsi.
And also, what should have informed that outburst from Battleton is that compound interest Sujifa had requested what do you call it? Exclusive access to the information. That advertisement kind of goes directly against any possibility of that transaction happening. I don't know if Battleton would have.
Let's rephrase it in a way without going through the whole thing, as if to say, hey, in the silent auction, who is to say who's the high bidder? I bid you all adieu.
Grist for the mill. Just another side of beef at the Yanjing meat market. Have fun storming the castle, boys. Vic's pretty disillusioned with this whole lottery process and not being included.
But I think that Battle Time would insinuate in some way like the information's already spoken for, but who's to say that a little patting of the pockets can't go a long way? Anyway, bye.
Uh, this after Battleton's outburst and his heading towards the door, Swift Hammer speaks up and says, uh, "The personalities of mercenaries are always unique. People who are willing to take their lives into their own hands. Uh, there's no one like those few, those brave and sometimes uh, unhinged. Uh, but I apologize for my group's
Such a
unusual outbursts. I'm sure you all are aware they are only made in the best of intentions. Um, but that being the case, perhaps since the rest of you are all participating in the lottery, you have more to say to each other. But I will depart with the Wayside Boys. They're like, everyone hates this name.
Everyone, what?
Everyone hates this name.
All the other mercenary groups.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's kind of the point of it.
The governor and Swifthammer are both like choking it out when they have to say it in like noble company.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And he gives the governor a bow, and then like Battleton, who's already like at the door staring at it, knowing like I said goodbye, so I have to leave now.
Yeah.
They Swifthammer kind of like ushers the rest of you behind Battleton. Takes you out of the salon and then out of the palace.
Well said,
Flip
Vaultkeeper.
starts
Let's
to
go.
follow and kind of like turns and looks over his shoulder to the group a couple times, and then before he gets to the door, he kind of just turns around to address the group and just say, "We are what the vault made us. Give them the lumber. Give them the fucking lumber when you go through that portal." And then he just turns and follows.
All right.
I like it.
So at that point, you do leave the palace. Swifthammer seems quite exhausted. He does inform you that he was on the panel that discussed the nature of the lottery, and everyone was extremely upset at him for taking all of this as his own decision and not discussing with the larger Yanjing power structure. So he kind of takes it as his own fault that you're not going to be in the lottery. But basically, people to cross, you will not be in that group. The second group to cross, you will be in that poll. And according to what he understands, it will be like the first group crosses the threshold, the next group crosses. There's still some deliberation about 4, 6, or 8 hours later. They just don't want you all to cross at the same time and put you in a position where you are in immediate conflict with each other.
Narjal kind of quietly recommends 8 hours at the minimum. And Battletown says, the wealth will distribute in the way the wealth will distribute. The wealth wills what the wealth wills.
Are we somewhere private? It's just us and Swift Hammer.
I mean, you guys have basically made it to the street at this point, and the vault keeper is about to board what appears to be some sort of mechanically driven carriage.
Okay. I will
Of gnomish construction?
I will abstain.
Possibly. I mean, it's got gears, it's got hinges, it's got pistons.
I've only heard of such things.
I guess
Such
I
a
will
diplomat.
just float to the vault keeper. Since we're not going in for a bit, is there any other work for us in the interim?
You will be sought after by all of the other groups of mercenaries. It is your decision about whether you want to make yourself available or not, and to who. But I have already gained the ire of all of the sponsors of the other groups, including the government. If I were to give you a mission that would take you away from being easily accessible, that would only add to their frustration with me. So for the moment, I will be keeping my head down and holding the key to the vault in wait for those who will pass.
Understood.
Again, I do take responsibility for this situation, and I apologize to you for the, as the common folk would call it, clusterfuck that I have brought you into.
We all share a part.
No, 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 let him go on. I think I'm prepared to accept his apology. That's very big of you, Vault Keeper. Very diplomatic. We appreciate your concern.
I've certainly flaunted
It's
my
been
work
a
out in the
long
city.
several days for me. If unless there's some pressing matter you'd like me to address, I think I'd like to retire.
We await your compensation for the loss of the opportunity to enter the vault the first time. I bid you adieu.
That's what Vadalton says.
Maybe upon the consensus of the group.
That's
Narjal
amazing.
here
I
has
think.
a very
Yeah.
specific idea of what Battleton thinks.
Battleton, you're bidding a lot of adieus, man. What's that about?
He's French, dude. He's Creole. Battleton. He's from the Bayou, all right?
No. Don't.
Eating damn mud
No.
bugs.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Okay. Yeah. He kind of shirks that one off, gets into his mechanical carriage, tells it to take them to the vault keeper's manor, and with a clunk, a series of 6 mechanical legs start chunk 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 chunk. It's kind of like a man, I always want to call it a pangolin. It's not a pangolin. The little,
Think of Wild Wild West.
4 guys carrying a woman in a box.
Harlequin.
Palanquin. Yeah.
Pangolin's the little
I
thing
never
that.
remember that. I always think pangolin, and it's not a pangolin at all.
If you ever want to never forget that word again, just read anything by Brandon Sanderson. He describes them very just every time anyone does anything, they're riding on one of those.
So yeah, so it's like a palanquin that walks around on 6 mechanical legs.
That is quite cool.
Got dang Robo Spotter hauling him around. That's wild.
And you are left to your own devices.
Well, boys, there's only one thing we can do at a time like this.
Drink
Yeah.
cognac. Drink cognac.
Orders, I swear.
Yeah, no, we got to get fucking drunk.
Drink cognac. Find a fine cigar.
Yeah, it's the only logical solution to this problem.
Warthog wants to address the group as well, and he says to the group, maybe I've missed something, but is our full intent to just enter this chamber once more to fill our pockets full of loot? Because if so, I have a hard time caring to follow y'all in, except to protect y'all for whatever reason.
So,
Yeah, or
Orthog,
go
there's
on.
all kinds of nasty creatures in there. probably evil. You got to kill him, right?
There is evil going in there as well.
Yeah, we
Well,
got to work up to that, bud. We got to get in a place of power where we can change from the inside.
and you've just bore witness to these poor, helpless jabronis that are going to go try their hand. You know they're going to get all messed up in there. They're going to need some big, strong turtle man to protect them.
We're going to be dragging them out of there by the dozen, right? Also, we need to talk about something with Orthog here, pal. I love you, buddy, but you can't just go around blasting people with magic eyes. Like that's a no-no, dog.
I wanted to know who was a threat, and there were threats in the room. If you were not a coward, you would have let me finish.
If I was not a coward, we'd all be in chains, my boy. You can't be doing that in public.
Now, this is some strong language. We're all friends. What was the name of that little watering hole we all met at? Way back when was it?
The one I was working at?
Yeah,
Yeah,
what's that place called?
The shield bow.
I
the shield
propose
bow.
I propose refreshments. Shall we?
Yeah,
Repair to the shield bow.
let's get drunk. Orthog's buying.
All right.
Orthodox has no money.
Orthog cannot buy.
Orthodox will not be buying.
But you gonna be drinking.
I'll have a pint.
Yeah, Battletown says I'm holding Orthog's money. I will cover it on Orthog's behalf. Because he knows that this is going to be a small amount of money, but it seems like a large gesture.
Yeah, yeah. He also says, if I may say, he says, Orthog, there's no greater calling than to protect those in need. And to make a living off of such is not so debased a gesture.
My my only concern is these people are not in need, they're in greed. They do not need to go in.
He does, Battletown does remind you, much of the economy of this city rests on the acquiring and processing of orichalcum.
Oh, okay.
It has run dry from the mines, which is why the vault keeper sent us to the other side of the vault in hopes of securing a new source of this incredibly valuable mineral that allows the city of thousands to thrive. Now, if you don't care about that and you're fine with letting this city dry up and all of these people suffer, then I understand. And I will full throatedly back you in your desire to bow out of this endeavor. The whole Wayside Boys would follow you without question.
So you make a good point.
Pints also make a good point.
Then perhaps we can make a slight moral sacrifice and venture into the vault again and acquire some more of this orichalcum. Perhaps make a small profit, modest, for ourselves. But it's really the city that we're trying to save.
Yes, it is the city, Orthog. It's all if we're doing it for the city.
For the kids. It's for the kids.
You know, as someone who carries a big stick, I think you could really identify with using morality as a cudgel to motivate you to get in line. Don't you agree? I do.
I am glad you reminded me of the reasoning behind all of this.
Orthog, we all have crisis of faith, some more than others, but we all do. But at the end of the day, we need you, and I kick your club, just like not aggressively, but just like tap it, and we need you to bring that fucking lumber, okay?
It's breaking.
Well, not from me kicking it.
No, I was just pointing out. It'd be nice to have another one, maybe.
Well, we better
Only
get that repaired.
only a greedy man needs two sticks.
It's breaking. I'm not being greedy. It's cracked up.
We better get that repaired.
Doesn't one of you guys have mending?
I have mending. I'll fix it.
Oh, sweet.
There.
Now I'm happy. That's cool. You can fix my stick.
Well, you made it sound sexual. Now I don't want to fix your stick.
We're turning
Fix
him
it.
around, lads.
All right, why are we not drunk yet? Let's quit playing with this wood and go get pints.
Okay.
I accept.
Okay. You guys head to the Shield Bow on level 5, where you encounter the familiar face of Milo Stoutbrew, owner and proprietor. Susie the Rat Folk that Victor had gotten hired is scurrying around from table to table, delivering beverages. It's not crazy busy. It is fairly late in the night, and it is not a holiday. So the bar is about 50% occupied, enough to keep things lively, but it's not crowded. It's not an insane scene here. As you all enter, Milo nods as you walk into the bar space. And upon seeing Orthog, he raises his hand and says, Orthog, new clothes. I never thought I'd see today.
Ah, yes. I'm glad you noticed. They do look quite fancy on me, I will admit, but I'm getting quite used to them.
Uh-oh.
Do you own them?
Uh,
They're clean and they're new, but they are simple linen robes. So they are not exceptionally expensive. So he can
He can business. Okay.
yes. Yes, they are mine indeed.
Orthog, I've been meaning to ask, like, you're a turtle man. You got a shell. Like,
Yes.
do you need clothes?
You have a cloaca.
I
Yeah. Yeah, like that's hid somewhere, right? Like is it's not obscene to be walking around like, without a tarp on, right? Like
I do not need clothes. However, I do prefer to wear them to fit in with societal norms of this city.
so when you
Such
I
got
a
here, you were naked and they was like, get this shelled man some linens. Is that what
He's taken vows of poverty and modesty. I think it's very reasonable in his order.
I'm not sure if y'all are aware of this, but I have wandered beyond these walls. I've seen the outside world, and I did walk freely.
interesting.
In
Susie,
the nude?
can we get a round, please? And then he just kind of goes back to being like, yeah, but like you could just like not have that on, right? Like if I whipped off all my clothes, somebody'd be like, put your wiener up, right? Like I'd get in trouble, right?
I'm
Like
not sure anyone has seen your
While
kind
they're
around here. You
doing
might not.
this, I beckon Susie over and say, Susie, they're treating you well. You're feeling like you're fitting in here. This is going all right.
it's very hard work. But I'm getting paid, and sometimes I get tips. It's okay.
And your grandmother, how is she faring? Her arthritis is cleared up since I gave her the balm.
It's almost completely gone. It's
Amazing.
nearly a miracle. 96 on a percentile.
What can I say? I'm a doctor. Uh, if I may, a fine cognac for me and a round of beverages for my colleagues here. Thank you so much, dear girl.
Cognac is that a kind of beer?
Yes, it is. It's the brown one.
Uh, okay, I'll ask Milo.
Thank you.
You might notice, Victor, that Narjal is standing right behind you, feeling very uncomfortable with the conversation that was going on between the other members of the group. And yeah, he's just he's following you around a little bit.
Narjal, wait, no, get back over here. I need your opinion on this. Like, If you saw him without any clothes on, you'd just be like, "That's normal. It's like not a big deal. He's a turtle man."
Roll a bluff check. 14 to pretend like I do not hear you.
Sense motive.
It does like stop Susie before she rushes away, and he hands her 2 silver pieces and says, just take care of whatever they want, and if you need more, just let me know.
The sense motive of 28, Narjal. Narjal, I know you can hear me. Narjal, get Narjal. Get back
I
over here.
continue to walk regardless of you being able to hear me.
Now, fellas, what are we going to do with these other jabronis? Are we going to sell them some information? Are we going to stonewall them? Are we just going to scoop their corpses off of the floor and cart them back to their parents with toe tags on them and best regards?
If we're going in and there are 4-hour intervals, if that's what they agree on, what's stopping 3 of the gangs from grouping up and just saying, "Look, anybody else comes in here, we're going to murder them"? Like this feels like we're going to walk into a trap.
Well, I think it's a gentleman's agreement.
Oh, thank God, because we're all gentlemen here.
All right. And with that point brought up, everyone give me sense of other checks.
Oh, shit.
Is that myself included, Dan?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nargal knows what's going on in all y'all's minds.
26.
I kind of wish I could not take my sense motive modifier on this and just take the 4 that I rolled. Can I do that? Vic wants to believe just a 4, just like, well, surely we would never. I mean,
is your modifier going to raise it or lower it?
it's going to raise it to 8. My modifier is 4, but I'd like to just have the naivete of a natural 4 without, the benefit of my wisdom.
I think it should be a house rule that you can always choose not to add. I like that as a house rule. It's like, yeah, role-playing reasons, yeah.
Sure.
Surely these other adventurers will hold to the agreement of their peers and their patrons.
All their patrons hate us.
I rolled a 26.
You would say that about our noble mayor?
So,
Go on.
Flint and Orthog both rolled a 26.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Oh, no, sorry, 23.
Battletown rolled a 24. So everybody in the group, we're doomed except for Victor is like, why would anyone do something like that? All of you do like taking, okay, what would be, what would any of those groups decide to do that? And then thinking about it, you realize these are all from very disparately aligned organizations within the city. And the chance that any of them are going to work together is extremely low. They all have, very differing motivations and probably intentions and designs on what their purpose is, crossing the threshold of the or ball. Yeah, compound interest is out for money, but the group Constellation that's from the Kai Lin Institute is probably for research and exploration.
They seemed like real nerds.
And the Iron Horn that comes from the Ivory Horn is probably going to take this as a assessment, reconnaissance, and how do we protect the city from anything that might want to get through. So they all have their own personal motivations and intentions, and there's very little overlap. You don't know that one group that Narjal kind of approached and talked to a little bit.
I did not.
Well, that you noted and avoided.
I noted them and avoided them. They have one capable dwarf within their midst. That's all.
You did find out through the process that that group's name is the Dusty Stones. You have no idea what they're about.
They gather some moss.
They are licensed by the White Tooth Traders.
Oh.
So they belong to basically the primary trading company that moves imports and exports.
Mandalay.
His uncle Carmine had fell off a truck. Heard.
I note that, upon kind of discussing that and realizing it, Narjal says that's why I recommended 8 hours between expeditions. We don't want any of these people getting into the way of any others. Arguments could ensue, and then all of a sudden you have a bloodbath that doesn't have anything to do with crazy spirits. No one needs to be going down there, with another group or anything like that. It should be very restricted.
Hang on, don't we have a special thing to get through doors? Not me, because I suck at it, but the other thing to get through the first room onto the rest of it.
Battleton comes up to you. He puts his hand on your shoulder. And he goes, okay, stop with the doors. Stop talking about the doors.
Dude, it's not about the doors. I promise. Like, I'm not trying to buy a door right now. This is not.
It's always about the doors.
Oh my God. Okay, listen, man. If you grew up in the freaking Wei Yang ghetto, dude, when all you wanted was a door to keep the no do-gooders out of your place, you get it, bro. But you don't. You grew up in a freaking money monastery with your weird little Spartan cult shit with your doors, man. I've never had a door. If I want a few, what's wrong with that?
You're right. I'm sorry. I never thought about it like that. I sincerely apologize.
Yeah, I came in hot there. That I'm sorry too, man.
No,
Like,
it's okay.
It's
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 okay.
it's
I
just
needed to hear that. I really appreciate your perspective. Thank you.
it's a sword so we can buy some doors. So yeah,
That does sound like what Narjal would say, doesn't it? Yeah. Doesn't it sound verbatim? Uh-huh.
Me or bad,
Mhm.
I would say.
Battle Pan
Oh yeah, battle top. That's what he would say.
from the swamp.
From the bayou. Now, now, Flick, you're right. We do have some little door trinkets,
but they don't, right? So are they
but
just going to
they
be stuck
don't.
in the main room? Like,
Well, who's to say? What if they go into the room with the astral sea inside of it and it drives them mad?
oh shit, dude, Siegfried's in there. They're gonna fucking kill Siggy, dude.
What if Siegfried gets the drop on them and penetrates their minds and drives them mad?
I don't think anything happens to Siegfried that he doesn't want to happen to him.
I just
That's
worry
what I
about my
think
guy.
about Siegfried.
He's a hell of a little dude. If anybody heard him, I might go mad. I mean, Vic's got that in my head now, so
I think it would go the other way. But I think if you look back and you think back about the things that we've seen Siegfried do, we're lucky to have him on our side.
I agree.
if he turncoats on us and starts hanging out with those other people, I'm going on a rampage. Like,
So you're just
I'm telling you
looking
guys
for
now.
reasons to be angry.
If they hurt him, no, Chris. If they like him, I'm fucking everything up. They're indifferent to him. They're assholes, and I'm killing people.
Exactly.
Flick, you sound like you're having a lot of feelings right now, and I understand.
I'm going
Because,
through it, boys.
what do you do when you feel those emotions, pal? You have a little drink, don't you?
You
And I
push it
hand,
down.
you have a little drink, and I hand you a beverage. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Why are we not drunk yet? What are we doing here?
get a little sip in you, pal.
Everyone give me perception checks.
Uh-oh. Okay.
32 for Narjal.
Holy shit. 15.
18 for
16.
Doctor.
And you roll a 20.
Damn.
Wow.
You got them
It's
peepers on you.
It's the main thing I did.
Okay. So Narjal, you spot as you see two people coming down the winding way. You're like sitting facing the open side of the shield bow that opens into the side road, and then you can just kind of narrowly see a bit of the winding way from where you're from where you're sitting.
Yeah, out a window or out a door?
There's no wall on the side of the shield bow. It's like open air, open to the shaft,
Right, that makes sense.
to the wall, on the side. So you see coming down the winding way, you kind of have a narrow vision from the corner of the shield bow where there is a wall facing that direction, and then the corner of the building further up the road. But you see two people walking. A tall woman carrying a staff, and what appears to be a half-elf man in nice clothes, but not carrying anything in particular. And you recognize these two as members of Constellation, the the group from the Kai Lin Institute.
The
I say two members from Constellation are coming down the Winding Way, heading this way. Maybe they found out that we're here, enjoying a wee drink.
And almost as if on cue from what you're saying, the woman looks over and points in your direction, and the two of them both start to approach.
Yep, I was correct. Here they come. How much does the staff weigh?
Nice.
16.
You're not sure. It's it's wood, but there's some adornments. It's kind of hard to make out how deep some of the metal engravings and there's some bands and sort of like kitsugi at play here. Anywhere from 3 to 6, 7 pounds, maybe. I mean, it's a pretty big staff, and depending how deep some of the gold inlay goes, that could add a decent amount of weight to it.
I say that's no walking stick. 3 to 6 pounds at least.
She's ready to give him the lumber. Susie, can we get 2 more beers for our friends coming over?
Battleton's like, what's the fixation with lumber?
Hey, dude, when you start killing shit like Orthog does with his lumber, you can yell at me about lumber. Also, guys, I think I have some unresolved anger issues about something going on here. I really am going to just bury myself in my drink for a minute.
We're gonna get you those doors, buddy. Don't worry, it's gonna be okay.
I just like wood, man. It's
like, so yeah. Flick says, tell Susie to get some drinks for the other people, and Valentine says, no, they can buy them.
Now, guys, they seemed pretty reasonable. They seemed like sort of academically inclined, not as verbose and garish as perhaps some of the other adventuring parties. Nowhere near the attitude of Battleton's paramour. What would you describe her as?
I would say ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, lover, I believe is what they call that.
future ex-wife, I think.
Future, yes, current flame. He's not here to defend himself. It's great.
As you're saying this, the half-elf says, I'm sorry, I don't mean to insert myself in your conversation, especially in the direction it was going. But I do appreciate the kind words, Master Doctor.
Reverend.
Reverend?
Doctor. The pleasure is all mine. Please join us for refreshments here at our local watering hole. Now, there's a funny story about this place. You'd never believe it.
Fascinating. If I
That's
may,
all he says. You'd never believe it.
You'd never believe it.
If I may, my name's Liao Lei, and the lovely woman with me here is Liu Jing. we are members of Constellation, and forgive the intrusion.
That's all right. We saw you coming about a mile away.
Yes. But we did use some of the Lady Liu's talents in order to ascertain your current location. That's the intrusion. I wish for you to pardon. But we were hoping to speak on possible terms of learning a bit about what we're all about to walk into in the near future.
Well, buy us around, and the intrusion is forgiven.
The two of them kind of look at each other awkwardly. He says, "Oh, of course, of course." He looks around and sees Susie scuttering around, and he flags her over and says, "Around for all of these fine folk." And she looks at Battleton, and Battleton nods. She hurries off. Actually says, "Y'all want the same thing?"
Yes, cognac for the table, please.
Okay.
I just nod.
When she brought you cognac, it was scotch.
It's fine. It's great. It's what they serve here.
So she
Now,
scurries off,
yeah.
and Liao pulls over a stool, and Liu, the woman, just kind of like stands behind him awkwardly. She's wearing like a somewhat significant of a headpiece that has like a veil over her eyes, so you can see that you can see them, but not clearly.
She's not a cyclops.
No, she's
Biclops.
she
Two
is
eyes.
Biclops, yes.
Biclop.
It might be a tri or a quadclops.
Ooh, shit.
Yeah, it's like there could be eyes hidden by that headdress, but you don't see any. But yeah, she kind of stands awkwardly. Liao it, throws a leg over one of the stools and hops up, sit at the table with all of you. And he says, "So, what's on the other side?"
I would like to say, as a player, that we are missing one half of the vocal, and well, 1/3 of the vocal end of our party. And if I may express maybe something that I think Battleton might be thinking and bring it before the group. But
Go
Go
on.
on.
promised
Go.
to give all of the special information to his ex-girlfriend.
He did not.
Okay, didn't he say you have first right to it?
No.
Okay, well,
He doesn't like her. That's what.
I mean. I do think it's important that you guys realize you have to consider that you can either piecemeal information out to everyone,
yeah.
or give all of it to compound interest for a big payout.
I think that Battleton would consider that and think to himself that he figures that a member of Compound Interest or some sparrow that they have on their team might be watching this group, and he thinks it would be beneficial to the party to appear as though we might be giving information to everybody to either make them mad or make them want to pay us to stop talking to people or in some way extort them.
I mean,
Subterfuge. Both
okay.
sides against the middle.
I will say that Battleton, it knows them well enough. I mean, they grew up in the Church of Delvic.
His ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Along with the rest of Compound Interest.
Yeah.
They're all strong. They're all members of that church. They
Deacons.
work at their repository. They are hardened wheelers and dealers and businessmen. They do not fly off the handle because they lose a deal. They are cold and calculating when it comes to So his knowledge is probably more along the lines of, I don't know how much they're gonna give us if we give it only to them.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much we would be able to get piecemeal from all of the other groups.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know what the best deal is yet. If he screws the deal with compound interest, maybe he doesn't care because he doesn't like them in particular. But there's the part of him that's like, what if they're gonna pay us 3 times as much as we're gonna get from everybody else?
They mentioned like 3,000 gold or something, or was it more?
Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah.
I forget all that.
Before we talk about our
Maybe.
experiences on the other side, let me ask you guys a question. What are you looking for across that threshold?
Great question.
He says, you see the woman almost says something, like there's a moment of excitement, but then before she speaks, she holds herself back. And the man says, it's another plane. Like, physics are different over there. I don't know. Does time move different over there? The biology of plants and animals different over there. Like everything. It's another world. I mean, maybe it's become mundane and pedestrian to you, but to academics, it's another sum total knowledge of the universe exists on the other side of that door. Everything over there is of value to us.
Marshall loves that response, but he does not speak.
I look to the woman, and you feel the same?
Even through her veil, you can see her eyes are rather wide, and she gives a stilted nod. Give me a sense motive.
It doesn't like it.
19.
She is painfully shy.
Hence the veil.
Blake just kind of sits there, takes a drink of his scotch. Is this worth dying over?
The sum total knowledge of another universe. Can't think of anything more valuable.
So we
Your
can say
life?
it's worth lives. Is it worth your life? Is it worth her life? Is it worth the rest of your group's lives? Would you be willing to walk into that plane and watch her die for this knowledge?
The value of my life is mine to decide, and the value of her life is hers to decide. But on my behalf, yes, it's worth it. And I would not be so dramatic, as I'm to understand it. You've gone over there several times and come back alive, so it's not a surefire death sentence.
Of course not. But I've made my peace every time I've walked through that plane and back. I just want to make sure that anyone else is willing to do the same.
We're all mercenaries. We all risk our lives for a chance at something we value. This is a little bit more exciting and dangerous than the last mission, but it's still just a mission, and it's what we've all signed up for.
I would like to excuse myself to go to the restroom, and on my way back, I want to detect evil on these two.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Blake sees you stand, drains his
No,
scotch, and
you
holds
have
the
no
glass.
idea what I'm doing.
I'm holding out my glass to you and asking you to get me a refill, you giant reptilian dick.
I
He's
need
gonna
some money.
fill it with piss.
Just put it on the tab. Just put it on the
Oh,
tab.
good call. I will return with your drink.
Thank you, Orthog.
Okay, you head off to the bathroom. You activate detect magic. You walk back to the table, glowing eyes.
Whoa, hold on, hold on. No, no. That's not what I'm doing. I'm excusing myself. I am going. I'm assuming that there's a corner or something like that, and then I'm going to peek around. I'll roll, to be sneaky or whatever I need to do, but I want to just get eyes on them because of the outburst I had last time. I know that that's not cool.
Okay. All right. So you go to the bathroom, come around the corner of the bar where you have line of sight to the table, and it's within the cone of detect evil, which does have a range. And let me look up that range. It's either 60 or 30 feet. I think it's 30. And I don't think it's all that much. No, 60 feet. Nice. Okay.
Damn. Way.
So you come around the corner, you peek at the group, give me a stealth check.
All right. Okay, that's not
Maybe-
bad. 12 on the die, and I don't have anything. And
You do apply your shell's armor check penalty.
well, hold on.
Whoa.
Armor check penalty. What? I'm looking for it.
But subtract your new clothes like normalcy bonus for blending into society because you're no longer nude.
Your armor check penalty is -4.
Oh, yeah. And your new clothes bonus is 0.
He turns
Human.
around a little too quickly and drops and knocks a beer pitcher off.
Uh, so you
8?
rolled a 12,
8.
so you're at an 8. Fine. Um, you peek your head around the corner. Your eyes are glowing blue because magic is obvious. And staring at the table, you do note in the first round that evil is present. Give me a perception check.
Okay. Okay, that's not bad. 17.
17. Okay.
Um,
You continue focusing on the group, and you note that there is one source of evil. And as you are focusing, you see Battleton walk away from the group and around the side of the building, and there's no evil present anymore.
okay.
Man, your magic must have ran out.
I
Weird.
know. I know his.
Uh-oh.
I know he doesn't. He's not a nice guy.
Uh-oh.
I was focusing on those two. Okay. I grab my.
You don't pick up any evil from the two people from the other group.
Yeah. I grab the drink from the
As,
bar.
as you're watching, and you see Battleton walk away, when you look back at the group, the woman has turned around, and under her veil, you can see her eyes are glowing, like a purplish hue, when she's staring at you.
Ah. I dispel my detect evil. I
Almost, like a half a beat after you do that, her eyes go back to whatever color they are under the veil.
okay. I do that. I grab the drink. I take it to Flick. I hand him down the drink, and as I do, I kind of gaze at her, and I go, I guess I don't know. I'm just like, don't get caught doing that. And I just say that.
What, Orthog? Don't. I
I
want to
don't.
pick up.
That's all I say. I look at her. Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming I'm dropping the drink behind you, so you don't see me. I look at her. I just say, don't get caught doing that.
What the
She's
fuck?
she like stares at you for a second, and then she like nods and gives like a small curtsy in response.
The hell are you two doing?
That was fucking smooth.
They're flirting, Flick. She's shy. She's wearing a veil.
Are you into turtles? I'm not. I'm sorry. I just shouldn't pry.
Now, you seem like nice, honest academics, and I, for one, would like to help you because you don't seem like you're concealing your motives, like you're some sort of fanatics hell bent on accessing another plane adjacent to the astral sea, desires to bring your eldritch god back to the prime material plane, wreaking havoc on our fair city. That wouldn't be an ulterior motive of yours, would it?
Uh,
No, like I said, good, clean, honest academics, just looking for discovery.
I mean, we pay homage to Rollup, but we're not really. uh, yeah, no, we just want to know what's on the other side.
Have you ever left the city before?
I have
Recently?
not too long ago.
Yeah, when was the first time you left the city?
I wasn't born here.
Where were you born?
I'm not sure where this line of questioning is going. Valentine, kind of jumps in and says, "How about we get down to brass tacks? What are you offering, and what
Please.
exactly?" And Liao says, "I'm playing." Valentine says this with an amount of like authority and intensity. Like it's a very gentle intimidate check. It's like let's stop playing. Let's get this. Let's get business underway.
Talk turkey.
And he says, um, for the initial information, the institute is willing to offer 500 gold pieces, and then any additional information you get from further excursions, probably an amount of like 100 gold pieces per um, packet of such information.
Now, are you planning to publish any of the findings that you uncover within the Orichalcum realm?
Uh, Actually, most of this information would be kept highly secret and classified, you know, within the city at the minimum, but probably amongst the upper echelons of society. Information that there's a portal to another plane with perhaps dangerous creatures on the other side would cause a decent amount of problems within the populace if it was published. So, uh, this is, this is not a realm in which scientific knowledge is published. It is sequestered, it's kept as a valuable resource and shared only amongst those who can afford it.
Well, absolutely. These secrets must be guarded closely and jealously. I just asked that I would be credited as a co-author on any monographs you would provide our fair monarchs of the city.
Should you wish to sit in the drafting process and participate in the drafting of the manuscripts, then perhaps you would.
Absolutely not. That's not what I'm requesting at all. I would like to be credited, a priori as a co-author on anything that you publish or write about the your experiences on the other side.
The woman laughs. She gives this like shy giggle and then catches herself. And the man says, "That's absolutely out of the question, Doctor Reverend. You, but not professor. So you obviously don't know the protocols of this. So
I do recognize when I'm getting the high hat, and I think my part of the conversation has ended. Battleton, if you'd like to engage in a fiduciary arrangement with these jabronis, I leave it to your capable hands. Good day to you, sir.
Battleton says, "You've offered your, or you made your offer. You've thrown in your bid. We're considering some other opportunities. We will get back to you." Uh, and he stops and kind of looks at everybody in the group. Um, let's see.
Vic gives him one of these.
Natural 19 on his bluff check to convey secret information.
Okay.
He is. That's all he's got is the 19.
Pretty good.
Basically, he's looking at all of you for confirmation, and the gist of what he's trying to convey is like, I want to give them all a deadline where we will tell them who we're helping and how and why, like an hour before the lottery.
I mean,
I pick enough of what he's putting down and just kind of nod a little bit and wink.
He says the lottery is supposed to be held tomorrow at 4 p.m. We have a humble residence on the same level as the Vault Keeper's manor. If you'll meet us there an hour before the lottery, we'll tell you who we decided to partner with on this endeavor. And at that point, we will produce a packet of information for the ones who we choose to share that information with. Is that amenable? And he like says that, looks at them, but also kind of like casts side glances at everybody else.
I'll drink to that.
I mean, I don't, I, Dan, don't want to run this,
No.
but I kind of feel like, like some wheeling and dealing has to happen here, and that would fall to battle time. Think this might be the way he'd go about it?
I think we should give them all a base level of information because I don't want to have any deaths on my hands. That's what Dr. Shaw thinks.
Well, I mean, and that can be an argument you have in the intervening hours.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we've heard their offer. Scram, Poindexter.
A pleasure. And he nods. And he gives Susie a handful of silver coins, and he ushers Lady Liu away, and they disappear into the night streets. If you guys don't mind too much, I'm gonna kind of hand wave it. Like on your way home, you have more encounters. Basically, you do run into members of each of the different groups. Some of them are very close to your warehouse. They knew you'd have to go home at some point, and they intended to intercept you. They all make the same sort of gesture overtures of, deal with us. We'll give you some money for the information that you have. We'll so the Iron Horn are the most like, no, this is what you should do. It's the right thing. We have to protect the city, so we need to know what's on the other side. But eventually they cave with Balaton's barrister, knowledge of, well, working for the city pays. You get paid to work for the city. We get paid to work for the city. And you don't see compound interest but you already know what their offer is. Shuri also catches up with you at some point and says, you know, we want to make the most out of this endeavor. You know, we'll give you guys some money. You know, we want to stay safe over there. We don't want you to spoil all the secrets, but you know, if there's some like clear and present danger over there, then you know, a heads up would be great. And a woman elf from Dusty Stones just like kind of appears walking out of a alley in front of you and just like lays down, we'll pay you 600 gold pieces for everything you know, and we can work out some arrangement for any additional information sharing. Maybe 1-to-1, we share what we know, you share what you know as we learn more, or you know, some sort of a monetary compensation going back and forth. But you basically do get, you know, everyone but compound interest who is saying exclusive to us, no one else gets anything, and we'll give you 3,000 gold pieces and 1,000 gold pieces every month going forward, so long as you continue to maintain an exclusive information sharing arrangement with us. And by exclusive information sharing, she says, you tell us everything we know, we're not going to tell you. But their deal is more money than everyone else's deal combined. Everyone else's deal is like somewhere between 300 and 600 gold pieces, with, you know, 50 to 100 gold pieces for additional exchange of information in the future. They do like the Kylan Institute. There is some, you know, note of like, well, they have access to spells and they have a library that leans towards arcane information and planar knowledge, which might be of use, and you might be able to get access to that as part of the deal. You know, the Iron Horn lean heavily on the concept of duty and safety of the city, and that probably tugs strongest on Orthog. Dusty Stones say, you know, we can get you supplies, we can get you anything from anywhere. So stuff that is hard to come by in Yanjing, stuff that's expensive here, we can get it to you half price. So work with us, and you know that whatever they can do sweetens the deal. And then there's the whole, if you help out Red Rattel, you are literally directly helping the third prince and the governor of the city. So that is a lot of influence and power that you are, you know, only a couple of degrees away from if you assist them. So you have those concepts to consider.
And all the deals that we've heard today, you know, excluding compound interest, have no mention of exclusivity, right? Like we can deal with everyone but them.
Yeah,
if
the
we
rest
want
of them
to.
have no desired exclusivity. They just want as much information for their own safety and their own success as possible. Compound interest is the only ones that are like, it's not enough that I succeed, others must fail. I will also say, give me a nature check.
I'm good at those. 29.
Rattel is a badger. So red Rattel is just another way of saying red badger.
Just a badger, man.
Badger, dude.
Just a badge. I love a badger.
I am of the opinion that we should prepare a summary information packet for everyone and take them up on their initial offer.
Excluding compound interest because they
Well,
don't
yeah.
want to deal if they're not exclusive.
Yeah,
And I
that's
think that's fucked up. So I'm not interested in dealing with them. At least Narjal is not.
same.
Battleton says, they'll give us so much money.
Yeah, we have ways of making. I mean, it's not that much money.
Look at those dusty
Just
stones. They're gonna get us all sorts of
would have haunted me if I didn't say something.
Yeah, sure, understand. I don't think it. I think we take everyone up on their offer and do a comprehensive, uh, kind of summary packet of what you can find there.
Blake writes down, I'll get us started. And he just writes down Noodlemen.
I will say also we don't want to betray obviously we don't want to betray the confidence of I forget her name, but the woman who kind of like lives in the area.
Oh yeah, she said we could like use her portal sometimes.
Yeah, not
So-
yeah.
Okay. So you actually do need to know these people's names,
Yeah.
to share this information. I'm not going to let you guys say, I don't remember her name, but we need to tell them about this person. You actually have to,
We're not going to remember her name. We don't need to because I don't want to. I don't want to betray her confidence because we have
I
access.
can't betray what I don't know.
Right.
So the information that I'm saying we give doesn't involve anybody's name. Just involves you'll find this, you'll find this, you'll find this. Be careful. You're not safe here. There's a door. There's a trapped door. Like the fireball trap. Want to let them know about that.
If you haven't ever been out of the city, pack your Dramamine because you're gonna see that open plane. You're gonna freak out, man.
Take a
And
set of
there is
lock picks.
That's why I
there's
was
a
asking
custodian.
Okay.
these tenure track hacks if they were born in the city or not.
Yeah.
I need something that I can reference as this is the information packet that you are given.
But I do think we should tell them about the custodian. So like, don't expect that after you've rested the door that you fixed before.
So you can just do some bullet points. It
Yeah.
doesn't have I will assume that whatever you write is 500% in detail and clarity. So, but I just want the bullet points.
So I say the custodian,
Mm-hmm.
Avoid.
trapdoors.
Noodlemen.
Yeah.
Bad.
Okay, now if you say Noodleman, then that's what you're writing.
Yeah, they're Noodlemen. I don't
But
think
500% more though.
Like
New
desiccated,
500% more noodles.
desiccated noodle men. I think that's appropriate. We can all agree on desiccated noodle men.
They're shades.
Yeah.
Desiccated
Shades of the carbonara that came before.
desiccated noodle looking dudes.
because like we don't know it's a dead god's plane, therefore we don't know that they were, servants of this dead god, right? They're just
Right. We just know that as players, or not as characters.
Right, but you do know that they're not Noodlemen, that they are
Desiccated noodle men.
They're
Desiccated shades.
if I write down Noodle Man and then you go through a portal and you see a dude
Undead.
that's made of strings, you're gonna be like, that's a Noodle Man.
right. I mean, I mean, if you say desiccated Noodlemen, that does not convey any useful information. If you say undead that look like desiccated Noodlemen,
Yeah,
now you're actually conveying some worthwhile information.
I wrote down desiccated noodle looking zombie dudes.
Okay.
okay.
We all agree? Okay, I'm
Agreed.
gonna say, a fair amount of divine magic.
True.
I don't think that. Do we know what the those aliens? They're not aliens, right? But like the people from the invaders from the Astral Sea, where we got that silver stuff from. I forgot what they're called. But
I
I
mean,
don't
I
even know
guess
if
like
Flick would have known that anyways.
Well,
But
yeah.
there's
they give
there's
Yankee.
kobolds implying the existence of a dragon.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There is the like magical trick physics of the plane where Alice through the looking glass, no matter how far you walk, you don't get any further. Um, without special items, without
There's someone there cleaning up. Did we already say that? There's someone
Yeah.
there always.
the custodian.
Can you say something about the custodian?
The custodian will
He's a real grumpy Gus.
read
Avoid the custodian. He will.
No,
the traps.
go and get him. Go get him. He lives in a
Yeah.
little closet. He loves visitors.
Magic custodian.
Yeah. The custodian will redo the traps secretly.
He can't wait to meet you.
Okay, so what I've got here is the custodian will redo the traps secretly. Trap doors, desiccated noodle looking zombie dudes, fair amount of divine magic, portals to the astral sea, Gith Yankee, astral kobolds, do not enter into the astral area.
Uh, there's what the questing beast? No. What did we make Flex leather out of?
The woods contains orichalcum stags
Yeah, okay.
Living orichalcum beasts.
and also displacer beasts and other magical forest creatures.
Fell fauna.
And then I would say like physics seems mostly the same. Time seems to pass the same.
Yeah. Okay, fell fauna, the woods contain orichalcum stags. Do not trust any campsite. Time seems to pass normally. All right, so we got custodian will redo the trap secretly. Trap doors, desiccated noodle looking zombie dudes, fair amount of divine magic, portal to the astral sea, Gith Yankee, astral kobolds, do not enter into an astral area, displacer beasts, the woods contain orichalcum stags, fell fauna, do not trust any campsite, time seems to pass normally.
Limited orichalcum in the castle. We haven't really
Okay.
found a lot of orichalcum in the castle.
Yeah, orichalcum seems to have been already harvested. Yeah.
And then put in these exact words, in the name of all things holy and unholy and everything in between, take a fucking set of lockpicks.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh. Doors, doors, doors. What's a girl to do?
Battleton says, do we want to tell them that the custodian can dismiss?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let him be surprised.
Do we want to?
Let
Because
it.
if he does dismiss them, that might take a group out of the rotation for weeks or months.
I'd say you don't want to ruin all the fun.
Now if y'all would like to tell them, but we don't have to.
I just felt it was necessary to, add that to the township.
I don't think we.
Worth considering.
I don't. Orthog I don't think that matters. I think it's a good way to weed out the ones that are there for ill intent, maybe.
How about do not confront the custodian?
Yeah, I like that. Do we have our magic prison box?
Oh,
No.
you mean we left it with the vault
It's
keeper?
it's in the vault.
Hmm.
It's in the vault part of the vault, not the other side of the
We could just say
vault. Keeper is keeping it for you.
touch the magic box. Nah, we can't do that.
So
Nah, we couldn't do that.
Things that we're saying.
right, and if you say ominous things without giving an explanation of why,
Well, 500% more detail. to a point, I'm sure. But
But I mean,
we
like
want to give the most
when
detail we can.
I say 500% more detail, I mean it's going to be 5 to 20 times longer. It's going to be a paragraph of information instead of a bullet point, so it will look more professional. It will seem, you know, Battleton's going to stay up all night copying all this stuff out because he's going to sell this shit.
Yeah.
But the nuts and bolts of the information do have to be. So if you say don't attack the custodian, like you could say he's extremely powerful and he can do immense damage to you, or he can, end your excursion instantly, or something like that. That can be your bullet point. You don't have to go full into it. You just have to have a like.
I think
I have to have
identifying.
you tell them this information. You tell them why it's important. So it's like 2 phrases is enough.
I like do not confront the custodian as a more ominous thing to just leave at that. But
don't follow the magic music in the forest.
yeah,
Confront the custodian
Actually,
at your own
Alpine
peril.
told them to follow them, told Alpine interest to follow the magic music. Because
Follow it.
the magic music is what led you guys into the dark woods to the dangerous, for Laren.
oh yeah, that's true. Follow the magic music in the forest.
But we don't want them to do that, right?
But what if they do?
Do we
It's
want
their
them
own
to die or not? Like, I'm confused.
Everybody
here.
got choices. All we can do is tell them.
It was the fairy that was trying to keep you from dying.
Right, but that's also going to send them to the lady that we don't want to betray your confidence in. So
we
I'm
don't
like,
want to tell them about the portal and hey, there's this lady and you should go looking for her.
And remember that the fairy is an individual with their own choices and desire to make those choices. So in your case, she wanted to take you to the nymph to introduce you. That she might not make the same decision for another group, or
Those
she might.
pencil dicks from the academy? I don't think so.
maybe in the forest line just mentioned that they're fake creatures. We've seen proof of that. We don't have to belabor the point, but just that there are fake creatures in the forest.
I think you could say confront the custodian at your peril.
Okay, do we want to phrase that?
I'm cool with that.
Confront the custodian only at great peril.
At your peril.
Yeah. And then I have follow the magic music in the forest if you want.
Yeah.
And the forest is full of fae. And know many languages. You should know many languages.
I think that's good.
Are there any spells to avoid preparation of? I know, Narjal, you've run into a situation a time or two there where it's just like, I've got all the wrong shit prepared. Is there any light to shine on that?
How about the line between a natural environment and a constructed environment is stark.
Prepare spells
Okay.
accordingly. When in doubt, tough it out.
Yeah.
Should we warn them about Siegfried?
We already said there's actual kobolds in there.
Right. So they'll be on the lookout for astral kobolds and ready to kill them.
Oh yeah. Yeah, avoid killing them.
Just because Siegfried isn't dangerous doesn't mean they're all not dangerous.
Yeah. Talk first.
Seeker 7 is a friend.
Attack only if provoked.
Victor is very leery of this, it seems.
Uh,
I think this is ready for turning.
Are you sharing anything about, I think Victor said something about, things you can't just walk to things. Well, what's your bullet point on that?
I said do not enter into an astral area.
Okay.
does that?
I would suggest don't venture into the astral sea. Victor was talking about you can't just cross the plane to get from the cathedral to the palace.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, that's
Well-
a different thing.
Well, yeah, but the same item helps you because
I would just make another bullet that says the path from the cathedral to the what is it, like a palace is impassable without.
I don't think it's just that one. I think there's some physics shenanigans.
You couldn't get to the forest either until you got the piece from the second Yanking group.
Physics shenanigans abound.
Certain magical items in that are required for travel or something like that.
It's true.
I said the path from the first building to the open area and beyond requires special items.
Okay, you see your bullet point list,
You mean the list of riddles?
basically.
Noodle man.
Crazy Noodle Boy?
We forget how horrible your handwriting is.
Down lefty.
Noodle. Wild Noodle Boy? Crazy Noodle Boy.
Lefties with beautiful handwriting.
I've met righties with shitty.
Oh yeah, that's why I didn't bring up the handedness. I just said you.
Hey, you didn't say anything. I did.
Happy Noodle Boy. No?
You know about Happy Noodle Boy?
Yeah, the comic from the comic that
From
Nee
Johnny.
draws in Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. That's the comic that he draws. Yeah. Happy Noodle, not Crazy Noodle Boy. Happy Noodle Boy.
Happy Noodle Boy.
Happy Noodle Boy.
When you were playing Milton, all I could think about was wobbly headed Bob.
Oh, okay. I could see that. That wasn't where I was, but I could see that. Yeah.
Ooh, bring back some rotting meat for the Odiug in the cistern. He's a chill guy. Needs some food. We should put that on the list. I gotta look out for my boy. Nobody else is.
Can you tell me what you mean by fell fauna?
I wrote that down. I did not speak it.
Belfauna? That's the replacer beast, the orichalcum elk deer that we ran into. Fell fauna abound. Like, recalcitrant beasts. They'll fight you.
The orichalcum stags were celestial. They were not fell.
Oh,
There's
I'm
also-
using fell not as like a class type, but just as a standard adjective.
Yeah, fell in the Tolkienian sense.
I thought fell always denoted like demonic or fallen or corrupted.
Ooh, it might.
What if we just said aggressive?
Okay. I was just doing the alliteration.
Okay.
What about felt fauna?
Yeah.
No, they got felt on.
Like in the Science of Sleep when they make the little
Yeah,
felt friends.
I'm not arguing with you. Just like when the bullet point is 2 words and they are
Bingo.
accurate to the circumstance, I just want to get because each one of these bullet points is eventually going to be a paragraph of information you are selling to somebody. So I just want to know what you were meaning by that bullet point.
Yeah, so I think felt
Gotcha.
fauna is more what we want to say, right, boys?
Aggressive fauna.
What do you mean
Made
by
out of
do not trust any campsite?
Always keep a watch. Do not trust any campsite. Dude, no place is secure. You will never. You think you close the door? No.
you can never go home again.
Always be
gonna
on watch.
Die here.
Like you come upon a place and you're like, okay, this seems like a good place to camp. That's
So
never an accurate thought.
So, beware certain places that seem safe or not safe.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
All places.
I'm assuming that the vault keeper is going to give him the same rundown, like don't take shit out the vault, that whole kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And these fools don't get a special orichalcum item that grows with them. No, they're just,
They're
yeah,
fucking Romanies, dude.
scrubs.
Okay. So the next day comes. There's a bit of a gathering at your warehouse
Makes sense.
as Battleton announces that he has decided to accept all of the offers from the groups except for compound interest. At which point he collects or he passes out the packets that he prepared the previous night and collects say
1750.
With each packet Flick is handing out, as Bottleton's giving his spiel, I'm just like, hey, give them the lumber, boys. Give them the lumber. Every packet I go.
Hand them like small sticks.
yeah, you get 1,700 gold pieces.
Yes. Mental math.
Math is mental.
Learning is fundamental.
That's not
The
that
more
bad.
you,
You know what? Like, fuck his ex-girlfriend.
He
oh,
will.
they're like secret. They're like, Amy, moo moo, get me a bit out there. No, you hang up first. No, you hang up first. That's what they're like right now.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
when you say you're
Hey.
not going to give anything to compound interest, Sujifa immediately turns to one of the members of Dusty Stones and offers what he paid for the same information. And he's like, yeah, I'll make that.
That's fine.
And you find out that the leader of the Dusty Stones group is named Dusty.
Dusty!
Dang old Dusty.
You also learn that the dwarf's name is Ormond Chocolate.
It's a strong name.
So they didn't even look at the packet they just paid for?
What?
So they didn't even look at it, they just handed it over to the
They did scan it to make sure it wasn't just garbage. They did a quick they took the packet, they thumbed through it, read some of the entries, gave a nod, and then handed over the promised amount of money.
That's
They
fair.
weren't going to accept the information sight unseen.
And then it's like they're gonna scribe it, give him a copy. Yeah, okay. Well, At least we didn't help him directly. Fuck this guy.
And all of that takes about a half an hour, which means basically immediately after all of that transpires, everyone leaves your warehouse and heads over to the Vault Keeper's Manor.
I would like to follow him. I'm curious as to who's going in.
I'll hold the money.
And the drawing of the lottery, and they're not just going to draw one and be like, okay, come back in 8 hours. They're going to draw the entire list of, who's going in.
Oh, and we're part of the second. Okay,
Yeah, you're part of the second. And for this momentous occasion, you're going to play the Vault Keeper.
Me?
Yeah, you're going to draw the lottery.
Guys!
Wait.
Yeah.
We need his character
It's only
sheet.
at the top. No, shut the fuck up.
How swift is that hammer?
Oh my god, he's level 35.
Chauffeur.
So they're all basically the same.
Yeah.
They just have the group's name in them. And then the Wayside Boys is here.
Oh, thank you for spelling it.
For nobody in there.
Okay.
Hold on. Oh, I just moved again. Okay. Yeah. Do not look in the box. Just reach your hand in and pull out a.
He put in his thumb and pulled out a plum and said,
Compound interest.
Compound interest is.
"Oh shit." The dark horse.
I'm going in.
Go on.
Dusty Stones.
Dusty. Get on in there, bud.
And it is 8 hours till $100. Waste Side Boys.
Oh,
What's up, dude? What's up?
That
Uh-oh.
does mean you have 16 hours. Well, no, there's 3 days, and then the first group goes in, and then 16 hours later you're going.
Okay. Constellation.
Nerds.
Nerd alert. Iron Horn.
Oh wow, Red Rattel goes last.
Oh, not last. Second. Oh, Red Rattel. Right. Yes, Red Rattel. Yep.
Red. Dang old red.
Governor's not going to be
Okay.
happy about that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, with that, is there anything else you guys want to do in this 3 days leading up?
I'm getting the rest of my leather.
In those 3 days, compound interest does show up several times asking for more information or anything you didn't include in the dossier and so on and
Sounds
so
like they're asking for alimony. Is there something Battletown's not telling us?
Are we
Child support payment.
Are we
No.
wanting to give them anything if they're willing to pay?
I got something I want to
well,
tell him.
have to come up with something that's not in the dossier
Yeah.
that is worth their money. And
You could-
that's things like that Battletown says, we can't just give them garbage and expect money. They're, they will honor the deal. If we say, okay, we got something, they'll probably be like, okay, what is it? We tell them, they'll be like, here's 100 gold, here's 50 gold, here's 500 gold, depending on how good that information is.
I mean, I think we could say, seriously, do not fuck with the custodian. He can dismiss you from the realm.
We shouldn't have put the custodian in the original dossier. That should have been our ace.
Orthar
do
does
it.
also point out just the information we give speaking from my old past, whatever information we do give them, they don't know if it's true or not. So we could make up good information and they would have no idea.
So you're saying we could just lie?
I'm saying to the group, and
Larshall was unwilling to do that.
Well, and half of them have some sort of priest inclination. They're almost all high wisdom characters, and actually a couple of them can force you to tell the truth with spells.
Well, in a
So,
gentleman's
like,
agreement
if
such
you
as
might be
this,
lying to them, then they'll be like, okay, we need to cast Zone of Truth on you and ask you again.
But then that would just provoke us to attack them, so they don't want to do that.
I
It's
don't.
not very paladin-y,
No,
bud.
no, no. You're not a barbarian anymore.
I'm just saying. Oh, I understand I'm not a barbarian, but if this is a realm where we're not using magic on one another, I mean,
Right. But they won't do it without your consent. They will say, we don't trust what you just told us. If you want us to pay you for this information, tell us the same thing again under a zone of truth.
And then
I was
Orthos
just throwing,
rage and kill him.
I was just throwing ideas out there. Orthog is a character that is not getting any money out of this.
I think we hit the highlights. It's just, can we think of anything in any more detail to give them? And the only thing I think we left out detail on was the custodian. Like, don't try to enter his room. Don't try to, he doesn't want you there. He wants you to leave, and he has the capability and the means to do so. Is kind of the only thing I can think of that might have been left out.
I think that's fair, and that could be like a yeah, pay us some money to know this. Narjal would like to, even though we don't like them. Battleton's an enemy. He refuses to acknowledge his feelings toward this woman. We Narjal would like to offer them a couple just like tidbits, given they're the first ones going in, and it's been several days since we've been in. I think Narjal would just say, "Hey, for free. I don't expect any." Just kind of shuffle forward and say, "I don't expect any payment for the following information, but just be aware that there's."
Which at that point, Battleton grabs the neck of your coat. Yes, we did.
I continue to speak, and I say, Battleton, if I may, please. And I say, you're the first ones that have been in there in a while. So the first room you're going to enter might seem as though it's been abandoned. And we thought so the first time too, and it took us a while to realize that it is one of the most dangerous rooms that you could enter. Subsequent times we've been in, it hasn't been so bad, but given there's been a couple days, be aware that there are undead that may have repopulated that space, and don't assume that just because it's been cleared once, there's nothing bad in there. It's a pretty unassuming spot that looks pretty, run down and not like a big deal. But we had a really rough fight the first time we went in. So just be aware.
Okay.
That's just a nice. Narjal's trying to be nice, regardless of who the first person is. He just needs to tell him that.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Battleton means answers. Good. You said a lot about Tom.
Well, yeah, Narjal knows. he's trying to be, cordial.
Like the concept is more like they want actionable information.
Yeah.
Like it's dangerous in there.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why he's not charging anybody. They wouldn't pay anybody for that. But he's just like, hey, be aware. It looks like there's not a big deal in there. It's a big deal in there.
We could tell these guys specifically about Siegfried that you have the makings of an ally on the other side if you're looking for one. That, like, hey, pro tip, there's a really chill guy who's actually pretty good in a fight. Like, don't get spooked. He could be your bro. He could be an asset to your team. Like,
I
we did
think
not
that,
include
yeah.
that in the main dossier. And that is valuable information that, like, Siegfried really came in handy a couple of times just to have an extra, an extra set of mind mitts in the rotation, swinging punches.
I think we say that, and I think we say that that the custodian can dismiss you from like back to the material plane.
Like that specific piece of information about the custodian.
I think we give him that.
He can and will if he is provoked.
Yeah, like will not fight. He will not fight. He will just fucking dismiss. That's kind of the way he goes. He's not a fighter. He's a dismisser.
That we know of.
I mean, he does have an orichalco mace.
Yeah.
So try and take it from him. See what happens.
Yeah.
Go grab that cop's gun. That's
We-
yours.
we-
That's your gun, dude. Get in there. See what happens, man. You came for the orichalcum.
Do we feel like those two pieces of information we're willing to let go?
For the
Just
right
we-
price. For the right price.
I think we got to give them the information and then they decide how much it's worth. But Narjal will state again that yes, okay, this might not be our favorite group of people, but they're the first ones in there, and I don't want to have a bloodbath on my hands. So a little bit of extra information for them would be warranted.
And they know the value of this information and are prepared to pay for it. These other jamokes,
Yeah.
you know, we're doing the right thing helping them out. But I think compound interest is going to make it worth our while.
I just want to throw out there, if they're going to check us on our bluffs or use magic, I will also let them know that I will be using magic as well.
We're not bluffing. We're telling
No,
them real,
I'm just saying,
actionable.
I'm saying if they're going to check us on that, then I will also be using magic as well.
I
There are
mean, I think the only
One track
bluff being made here is Narjal about his true feelings for his, betrothed. Narjal, so bad all time. Sorry. Wow.
Yeah, Flick.
there are other ways for financial gain besides orichalcum in this other plane. We've made deals with unknown steals. We've also had monetary and product gains from the hides of some of these extraplanar creatures. Like, if you don't find any orichalcum, there are still ways for a profitable venture. Just trying to speak to like what they want there with some other information that might not be like apparently obvious if your eye's on the prize for the orichalcum.
So they're willing to pay you for the additional information about the custodian. They felt like that was important because being dismissed from the plane could seriously fuck up their entire expedition efforts. So they're willing to give you an extra 100 gold for that piece of information.
Perfect.
For Siegfried, they're willing to give you 50 gold pieces because you haven't actually said exactly what he's useful for. And if he does join their party and helps them out considerably, they're willing to throw you more depending on how useful that was. But at the moment, you're not really telling them much, but you could be making an introduction. So they're basically like, okay, we'll give you 50 gold pieces for the tip, and then we'll give you 50% of whatever we pay him or whatever deal we make with him for him to help us. We'll give you 50%, or like we'll match whatever we give him to you, since you're the facilitator of that contract.
I think you're not understanding the way that he functions as a being, but I appreciate that and I accept.
We will take your money.
And then, yeah, how about what Flip just said? I'm cool with revealing that as well.
Oh, they don't like. Yeah. Oh, there's going to be monsters over there, and we can kill them and take stuff, and that's going to be, useful or sellable. Yeah, that's standard concept across all endeavors.
Well, you don't have to dismiss us like the custodian.
Yeah. And so
I was like, have you met these people? They're just
They're all. We come from the same place.
I'm just saying, getting that hide came from Flick's mind, not the Delic boys.
And then do we notice that they just believe us, so they're not using any magic, or?
Yeah, you didn't lie to them. They did some sense motive checks. They didn't catch any, effort of mistruth, and they're not going to expend spell slots just to, just to check on you. They can they can sell healing. So they don't expend their spell slots unless it makes them money.
Well,
See guys, you could have lied.
Sense motive doesn't cost anything. And there's 3 high wisdom characters in that group, and they all have sense motive. So if you tried to lie, there's a good chance one of them would clock you.
Well, Godspeed. May crows be with
Delic Spoon. And at that, the day of the first excursion comes. Are you guys going to stop by and attend, or are you just gonna let it happen, or like what's when it's gonna be noon of the 3rd day? Do you want to like be there? Or do you want to just like let it happen and check on them later, or what's the vibe?
Well, we don't need to buy anything, do we? Because we've got like all of the fresh stuff that we got from the merchant that we bested. So I don't think we need any items, anything like that. I mean, we've got healing potions. I'm stacked on spell slots. I'm ready to go. I've got an acid prepared. I don't need to make any market stops.
I need to
I
go pick
think
up my leather, and then that's the only thing Fleek needs to do. Just get the rest of his ensemble there.
I think Battleton needs to learn knock because he's the only one that can.
Battletime can't learn spells.
That
Except
who is it? Flick that can wear knock?
I got my lock picks. We'll limp through for now.
It's an arcane.
Well, if we have time, why don't we go ahead and do it?
I don't think there's like time for it. I think the only way Battleton can get it is like upon leveling up and having access to more spells. But
It's level 2, but it's not on the druid list.
I'm pretty sure it's not on the Bard list either.
I feel like Aaron said actually because of this and this, Battleton's the only one that has access to knock. And I'm not exactly sure what this and this were, but
yeah, because it is on the Inquisitor spell list. But Inquisitors have to choose the spells that they learn as they level up, just like a wizard does.
gotcha. So it's not like he can just
They don't have a spell book because they're divine casters.
gotcha. All right, maybe that's what it was.
Okay, so it's like a sorcerer. Okay.
I am not an inquisitor.
I kind of want to be there and watch, but it's not like I'm not going to die on that hill. If y'all don't want to be there and you want to do something else, I'll come with you.
To watch them go into the vault?
Mm-hmm.
To watch them die?
I don't know. That's not typical for Narshal to say, but I'm interested to see them go in.
If I can
I
show
wanna-
up fully dripped out in my new leather, I'll be there. Otherwise, I've got more important things to do.
I'll go with Narjo.
Okay, so
I'll go with
all decide to
Narshal.
go.
Yeah.
So you all decide to go. Compound interest, of course, is there. So is Red Rattel. They want to see people go in. Constellation is also there. Dusty Stones is not.
Why are they getting ready?
And Ironhorn also does not attend. So, Swift Hammer basically takes the opportunity to tell everyone who's present. The vault has 2 doors. One that brings to this plane, and another that opens to the other plane. The vault itself seems to be something of a den plane. The objects in the vault are under my keeping. They are not to be touched. They are not to be used. They are not to be taken. And anything that is taken without permission will exclude you from ever passing through the vault doors again.
Blake.
Yeah, there's only the slightest of like little side glances to Flick when he says it. He gives a little bit of like a sort of flowery, this is the start of a new time for Yanjing. a new era for the exploration of the other side of the vault, blah 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 blah. And without further ado, I shall take in the group known as Compound Interest, and I wish them luck, as I will wish each of you luck on your subsequent turns across through. And he opens the vault, and everyone can see, the orichalcum armory on the other side. He ushers in Compound Interest and closes the vault door behind them. And a few moments later, he exits the vault below.
He turns into a dragon. But still, he was a man.
And with that, he says, in 8 hours, Dusty Stones, I'm certain, will arrive, and they will take their trip to cross the threshold. You're all welcome to see them off. At the moment, the ceremony is over. Please take your leave. This is my home.
Get the fuck out of here. This is my sitting room.
The grand egress.
Okay.
Go lay down. Lay down.
So, are you guys going to repeat this for Stones, or are you just going to wait your turn?
I am silently going to watch all the groups go in. Well, I mean, we're third, but I will show up.
Okay.
I'll mention it to the group if they want to come with me, but I don't know. Narshal's feeling a little weird about this. So
I'm not going to let you do it by yourself, bud.
Yeah, I'm just going to roll up.
Yeah, I'll go with.
By yourself?
Yep.
Nobody else is going?
Yeah, I'll
Nah,
go.
I'm
we'll go.
gonna go check on that grandmother and her arthritis.
So, Victor, this specific time point, you're going to go check on an elderly rat folk woman instead of going to see Dusty Stones off.
She's important to me.
I love it.
Mimi?
Okay. I'm going to veto that
Okay.
because you go to see Dusty Stones off.
Okay.
Vaultkeeper gives the same spiel. And I don't know, maybe Battleton just says, you can check on the old lady after this. We should probably, if we're all if 4 out of 5 of us are gonna be there, 5 of us should be there.
I'm there. Okay. I hear you. Heard, Chef.
And the similar process, there's you're the only ones that show up for this. Vaultkeeper takes them into the vault. A moment later, the Vaultkeeper rushes out of the vault and says, all hell's broken loose in there.
Dude, I knew something was going to fucking happen. I knew it. I knew it.
So you guys are immediately rushed into the orichalcum armory. You each grab one of the rings from the stand that allows you passage through the orichalcum door.
Fucking knew it.
And the Vaultkeeper says, "Hey, I'm sorry, but once you pass through, I'm going to lock it from this side."
When are you gonna? How can we contact you?
He says, he basically tells you to knock on the door, shaving a haircut.
Okay.
When things are safe. And he opens the vault door. You guys are ushered through, and you see that there has been a significant battle that has taken place here. Dusty stones have arranged themselves behind some of the columns and fallen rock.
We're gonna get to know the dwarf dude.
And you can see that. Let's see. Compound interest.
They fucked up.
I'm sorry, I had to go to the little baby boy's room to pee pee. What happened a little bit?
Oh,
You're-
the vault's
you're
dead.
dead.
Fucked,
Yeah,
dude.
dude, we're
Effed.
fucked in there.
Okay, I'm
Oh,
sorry. Dusty Stones goes into the vault. The vault keeper comes running out and says, they're under attack. All hell's broken loose. You have to go in and help. He ushers you through. You all put on the rings that allow you to go through the orichalcum door on the other side. And he says, I'm going to lock it behind you from this side to keep people out. Says, when things are all clear, you can do shave and a haircut, knock on the door. I will hear it from this side, and at that point, I will unlock it. He opens the door. You rush in, and it is a battle on the other side. Dusty stones are hiding behind the columns and the fallen rubble in the room. Looking further into the room, you can see compound interest is also hiding behind fallen rocks and columns about halfway across the room. They are wounded. They've seen battle. You see two Githyanki dead laying on the ground amongst them, and one of their own is lying still and motionless on the floor.
That stupid bitch.
No, it's
Okay.
it's the elven man that you're pretty sure is a rogue.
Okay. Sorry for the strong line.
And on the far side, you can see like a dozen Githyanki hiding behind columns and firing arrows at what they hope to catch people poking their head out from behind hidden spaces. And as soon as like you gain view of all of this, you all rush for cover and try to prepare yourself for what is happening. But there is a full-on like confrontation between two militant forces, and you have just joined the losing side.
Not for long.
That is where we will pick up 2 weeks from now.
Or fine, you better cast Detect Evil.
Somebody here might be evil.
I'll be casting.
Everybody's evil, and Orphuck's just like, and just shaving a haircut, and just, I'm out of here.